In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about one of the most promising play-to-earn games, Legendary Heroes Unchained. First, a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Alright, now let's dive right into this video, but first I do want to say that all the links you need for Legendary Heroes Unchained will be down in the description. So in this video we will go over everything that Legendary Heroes Unchained is, we will talk about the team but also the game itself and what you can expect in the upcoming months and year. So for a quick summary, Legendary Heroes Unchained is a new play-to-earn crypto game, a very promising one, and the team has already delivered on other games, which is estimated to launch somewhere in 2023. So now let's get right into it. So Legendary Heroes Unchained is a hero collector RPG game where you will own the heroes you collect and the armies you raise and the lands you battle for. So it's all protected by the NFT technology, all on the blockchain. You can also, on their website, legendaryheroesunchained.com, you can scroll through some of those heroes, and I gotta say, they actually do look amazing. So Legendary Heroes Unchained is built by Network Studios, which is a team of experienced game developers whose mission is to create an incredible experience in, on, and around the blockchain. Their project, Legendary Heroes Unchained, what we are talking about is, as I said earlier, a play and earn RPG built in the same universe as their, what we talked about earlier, their already successful free-to-play title, Legendary Game of Heroes. And they want to use their development pedigree to build a sustainable and collaborative economy with player ownership at its heart. Like what we talked about, where you can actually own the heroes you collect, you own the armies, and you own the land. And their core mission is to create a fun, compelling game that lasts for years to come and provides a blueprint for how Web3 can add value to the gaming masses. So if we dive a little bit into the history of the team behind it, there are many instances where the history of the team with Web2 economies found them at odds with the players as the needs of the company and the needs of the players diverged. And it is this misalignment of needs between those players, devoted players to a community, and the economies and the teams behind it that they think Web3 allows them to correct for. And by aligning the incentives for both the team, the developers, and the players and the community around a sustained token value, they believe that they can build a long-term sustainable economy that delivers delight to all the players of Legendary Heroes Unchained. So when making these claims, which are obviously talked about a lot in the entire blockchain and crypto industry, definitely around those play-to-earn games, like how can we really make it sustainable but also fun, obviously as a team you also need some credibility. So on average, an LHU, or Legendary Heroes Unchained, as we are talking about, team member has worked 15 years in the games industry. And they have worked at companies you all know, such as Electronic Arts, or EA, Double Fine, Walt Disney Studios, Marvel Animation, Zynga, Dana, NG Moco, Activision, and 2K, and the developers that are making LHU have also created the Web2 games you have all played. So with that, I also quickly want to remind you that all the links you will need for Legendary Heroes Unchained and everything around it will be down in the description. So as we talked about earlier, Web2 gaming economies are inherently divergent with user motivation. And the ownership of the actual assets within a game puts user motivations at its core. And a lot of Web3 gaming projects lack genuine utility and, most importantly, which is a lot of the times not talked about enough, genuine fun in the game. So LHU's long-term roadmap and progression systems solve for this. And right now, traditional gaming audiences are still skeptical about Web3 and are often overawed by the onboarding process, which is sometimes perceived as difficult and maybe not worth it. But the familiar gameplay of LHU actually solves for this, and the mechanism around it makes the onboarding for those Web2 gamers which want to get to Web3, because in the end the ownership and the actual way the games are made is better. The onboarding process is actually easier with LHU, which is a great aspect which you should not overlook. So all of this and more you can also find on their website, legendaryheroesunchained.com, or via the links down in the description. Here you can also see that roadmap and what they're planning to do, so you can find out things like the alpha and the full scale release of the game, but also their full white paper and some frequently asked questions. So I would definitely recommend you to check that out as well. But for now, we've reached the end of this video. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to add a like and add comments with questions I might have missed, and subscribe to our channel.